I want to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday, tomorrow, just right now. I want to see it.
What's up, guys? It's the Ginger
And the Bear.
And guys, there is a lot of machinations going on in the world of heavyweight boxing right now.
It's crazy.
Top Rank, Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, all calling each other. What are they gonna do?
It's insane because there's so much anticipation for you to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and all that bullshit.
The algorithm.
Yeah. Woo!
That being said, guys, this is insane. I cannot, in my lifetime, I don't think heavyweight boxing has been even close. Maybe not even 10% as interesting as this.
Heavyweight boxing has 100% revitalized itself from the Klitschko era.
It is insane. We've
It
got
is in full swing.
4 guys right now who I think are in almost a heavyweight 4 kings era, except it's
I
more
hope so.
probably like
The three
kings and the Duke or something like that.
And the fat Mexican.
The fat Duke. But with Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder, the big question is like, who is Tyson Fury going to face next? And I think that's what we should talk about first. And there's a big King of England title. Because the two best heavyweight boxers in the world right now
are English.
They're both English. They both have huge fan bases. And Tyson Fury and AJ, I think if there's any time to make this fight,
It's now. What a storyline.
it's right now. The storyline is there. Tyson Fury is an unknown commodity.
Yeah, it's
at
insane.
best. The man is you take every ingredient in a chemistry teacher's laboratory and throw it in a pot, and you hope
insane.
for a good reaction, but you have no idea.
Yeah, no,
So
absolutely.
if I'm Eddie Hearn or I'm somebody else, if Tyson Fury fights again and doesn't look good, that kills the hype for the AJ rematch.
There's one
or the
thing,
AJ match, sorry.
There's the one thing that we've seen about Tyson Fury, and I don't think he would be a good champion. Just like Conor McGregor is not a good champion, I don't think Tyson Fury is a good champion. I don't think he wants to be defending titles. I don't think he wants to be, he just wants to be the best boxer and then eat a whole bunch, get the press, and all kinds of stuff. And I think the last demon he has to beat is probably AJ.
I think there's only one thing we can say about Tyson Fury, and that's that he's consistently inconsistent.
Yes, exactly.
We have no idea. When we think he's talking absolute bullshit, he is telling the truth. When we think he's telling the truth, it's nothing but lies, and it's just chatting, chirping.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, and I think everybody's sake, this right now would be the moneymaker. This right now is a true global event. This right now would be the biggest thing in England in combat sports almost ever, right?
Insane.
So I don't think that there's a better time to make the fight, and I think even for AJ, like right now, you can capitalize on all this momentum. The only thing I'm worried about for AJ's sake is I wonder if he thinks it's better to wait if Tyson Fury has another dip and then try to fight him. But I think we've seen that Tyson Fury, he like rises or falls to the level of his opposition.
Yeah.
So if he's got somebody who's really good, he like comes in, works his ass off. I mean, the first Wilder fight was insane when he was able to go from a year before
The Klitschko
clinically
fight
overweight
and all of that.
So I don't know. I think AJ's best bet is, it's hard, man. I feel for AJ with this because I think he's sort of the odd man out. Because I think for Eddie Hearn it makes sense because he can make the most money off of this fight. But if you're AJ and you're just being honest, you don't want to fight the best Tyson Fury, right?
I disagree. You know, as much shit that AJ gets.
I'm a fan of AJ. I'm saying if I'm like AJ's lawyer, right? Does it make sense for AJ to want to fight Tyson Fury right now?
But Hearns is AJ's lawyer.
No, but Hearns is AJ's lawyer, except that he can send the lamb to the slaughter and make a ton of money from him. You know,
I think Tyson Fury is going to have a very, very difficult matchup with AJ.
Yeah,
he's not going to be able to do what he did with Wilder because AJ has been shown to stop and counter.
Yeah.
And that's that.
AJ's a better boxer than Deontay Wilder is.
That's for sure. Does he have more power? No, he doesn't have more power.
He's got power though.
But he's got fucking power. And they both fight really long. So it's a very, very curious matchup. I do think either one of those guys can win the fight.
Yeah.
Right. And I think now if Wilder doesn't do the automatic rematch within 30 days,
which he has in his contract,
which he has in his contract and his clause, that could derail the whole thing.
Man, and that brings us to like, I think that would be terrible for Wilder. I think the immediate rematch would be very bad for Wilder.
Potentially.
Yeah. I mean, this is his first loss.
That's true.
It's his first loss ever. I think he needs to take a different fight. And a fight, I think he would want to take a fight that's still very marketable and he can still make a lot of money from. And if only there was somebody who seems very beatable.
Who's
beatable? Who's beatable but has a big name that could maybe sell the storyline that they're motivated now and sees the error of their ways? Who could it possibly be, Alex?
My man, my cousin, Andy Ruiz.
So I think that makes so much more sense for Wilder because Fury's shown in the rematch that he was incredibly more adaptable. I don't really think Wilder would be able to make the changes in one training camp he would need to. And
I agree.
I think the Andy Ruiz fight, Andy is still a big enough name, and I think there's actually a good storyline there. Like, Wilder's angry. Wilder's upset. He thinks the fight's stopped too early. He's going to start taking heads. He's going to be the first man to try to actually finish Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
And knock him out. Be the first man to actually knock out Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, on the other hand, storyline. He saw the error of his ways. That hot Saudi Arabia son, after his loss, vision quest in the desert. He saw that he was destined to be a true Mexican heavyweight champion. He's so motivated. Basically everything that we thought about Andy, AJ, too. But now, for reals this time, if Andy wins, it makes sense for him.
Yeah.
He beats Wilder, that sets up, he can fight the winner of AJ Tyson. If Wilder wins, he can fight the winner.
My only thing is that I think I think Wilder needs a credible opponent. And I do think Andy is a credible opponent, but Andy also lost to Parker. Parker is... I can see Wilder taking a Parker fight.
Yeah.
I can see him taking a Wallen fight. I can also see him doing the immediate rematch. But I do think...
I think his team won't want that, honestly.
I hope not.
Especially considering they threw in the towel. I think that shows that they really want to protect their guy.
And they want to regroup. I would think it'd be good to regroup. And I do think as a boxing fan, I want to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday, tomorrow. Just right now. I want to see it.
I feel like they both could go. I think Tyson Fury took almost no damage in that fight.
He didn't. He didn't take hardly any damage. So I think a summer fight in London would be amazing in Wembley Stadium or wherever it is. That would be amazing. I do think that Wilder versus Ruiz makes sense. Ruiz is not going to be able to bully Wilder in the same way that Tyson did to him.
Just because he's so much shorter.
He's going to be able to pick him apart at range.
But Andy is probably the fastest heavyweight.
And he has the most pressure.
And he brings a lot of pressure. He's one of the only, I'd say, true Mexican-style fighting heavyweights.
In heavyweight, yeah.
And that is something Deontay's been shown he's weak backing up. If Andy has the speed and the chin, and Andy has power too.
It's both a redemption story for both of them.
And both have paths to victory that we can clearly say, this is what they would do to try to win, right?
And both are known throughout the world at this point. Mm-hmm. And it's a very fan-friendly fight. I mean, even if you look at people that don't really know boxing, most people know AJ, most people know Tyson. They've fought Wilder and they fought Ruiz.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a mistake if Wilder went to go fight Wallen, or he went to fight Parker, right? I mean, I'm not saying that Parker and Wallen don't have a big name or anything like that, but they not as much.
Honestly, they don't. I mean, let's just say it. They don't have big names outside of hardcore boxing fans.
Yeah.
No one knows who they are outside of hardcore boxing fans.
And I agree.
Andy actually has some crossover appeal. And if you disagree with that, just go to their Instagrams and look at the followings. But here's what I think is actually probably more likely to happen for Wilder. I do think the AJ Fury matchup's super likely. I think Wilder is much more likely to take a lower ranked heavyweight.
Which would be a travesty because Wilder has proved that he can box. He's an amazing...
Yeah.
He's the top 3 heavyweight right now, in my opinion. And if he...
But it's boxing, though. This is usually in boxing, the most important thing to do is protect the asset, right? So I feel like they're going to start and give him someone who's maybe in the top 30. Because that's kind of what
Yeah.
happens in boxing, especially when you have somebody like this who loses.
Which is a shame, because if you fight somebody lower than, say, like a top 5 opponent, people are then going to jump off that Wilder bandwagon. Like, oh, well,
but then again,
he
if
beat
you
a whole
just-
bunch of bums.
But if Wilder knocks him out again, he knocks him out, then he knocks another guy out, then doesn't.
sure.
You know what I mean? That's the thing.
And you can build up again.
And build up again. And I don't know. If I'm Wilder's team, I want to protect Wilder right now.
Sure.
It's his first loss. You don't know how he's going to handle the loss. Even if he seems cool, you don't know how he's going to handle it until
We'll be
he
able
gets
to
in the
see his
ring.
mentality, right? And to be honest, I think that a champion's mentality would be like, I need to get that immediate rematch. And that's why I think if Wilder is the champion that he appears to be, he's going to want that immediate rematch.
I just don't think it's smart.
I don't think it's
I don't
smart.
think it's
but a
smart
lot of
at
people
all.
said that it wasn't smart for AJ to take that immediate rematch against Ruiz.
That's true. And a lot of people said it wasn't smart for Tyson Fury to go out there and try to knock Deontay Wilder, including people who may be seated in this basement right now. But that being said, guys, we're going to have to see what comes out in the next 30 days. Because like Alex said, he has a rematch clause, but he has to claim it within 30 days. So, Ginger
And the Bear.
comment who you want Deontay Wilder to fight next, Tyson Fury to fight next, and just for fun, throw AJ and Andy in there. Let's see who you guys want to see from the top 4, arguably, I guess.
Yeah.
The top 3 and Andy, heavyweights in the world. We'll see you guys next time. Ginger,
Bear.
we're out.
Later.